And, of course, he joins us on the Harbor One hotline. Good afternoon, Mr. Phillips. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. How about you?
We are having an excellent day. Thanks very much. We are so fired up for 10 days from now. I think it's actually 10 days and 4 hours from now. The regular season begins for you guys on Tom Brady Returns Day, hosting the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles. What is the general mood and excitement now, having exited the preseason with just over a week before the start of the season in the locker room, heading into the start of the season?
Yeah, I know, like you said, you're fired up, but we're fired up too. I mean, the preseason is over. We're finally ready to get the season going, jump it off with the Eagles. I think everybody is just locked in and ready to go. Like, nobody's messing around. We really want to get back to where we know we can be. And defensively, we're just ready for the challenge that the offense of Philadelphia gives us. It's going to be fun.
So you say it's going to be fun, but it's also going to be challenging. That is a good quarterback. That's an impressive backfield. Obviously, a couple number one type wide receivers. Does it offer you guys an opportunity? Because I know there's been a lot of discussion this summer about all the personnel that's back and the versatile personnel and the things you guys can do. Does it offer an opportunity right out the gates for you guys to show what you're made of?
Yeah, I think it's a test week one, no matter who you play, but definitely going against a team that was in the Super Bowl, that has a great quarterback, receiving core, great offensive line. Those guys are scrappy. They added some depth at the running back. Just the overall powerful offense it's a great test for us to go out week one and see where we're at. Like, nobody wants to play in those boring games where you're gonna dominate the offense. You want to be a dominated defense no matter what, but you want to do it against the best team that you can possibly do it against. And I mean, we're going against guys that played in the Super Bowl, but it's a new year and we're ready to get after it.
The week started off with a very difficult day, obviously. Roster cutdown day can be nerve-wracking for a lot of people as you guys go from 90 players down to 53, and then the practice squad is formed. Were any of you guys surprised at some of the moves that were made earlier in the week? And for yourself, as a veteran member of the secondary and the safety, what do you say to somebody like Josh Bledsoe, who's working very hard to make the team, doesn't make it, but then returns to the practice squad?
Yeah, I think every year there's going to be some surprise cuts that you'll see on your team and around the league. You're not in the front office, so you don't know how they think or what their plan is. But when you see guys that you make bonds with and guys that you feel like did enough to make the team, like it's always a surprise, just because, I mean, those guys are your brothers. You're in it every single day with them. You see the work that they put in. You see how committed they are to the process. And for everybody, it doesn't work out that way. There's only so many spots out there, and it's just tough to give everybody one. And for a guy like Josh Bledsoe specifically, I tell him that I've been in that situation. My first 2.5 years, I was a practice squad player. I got cut, and I really had to go out and make a name for myself. And now, look at me, I'm going on year 10 and still thriving. So the story isn't over. Your story is still being written. It's a low point in your life just because you want to be able to make the team and want to be able to show the value that you have to the team. But at the same time, it's an opportunity for you to critique yourself, do some self-reflection, get better at that, and go out there and just get it.
What about
it's not over.
For a guy like you, though, obviously you just said you had to scrap for everything you got early, but we also know the NFL is a young man's game, and when you get to the other end of that, you get the wrong side of 30, you start to see guys sort of get, chopped off on the other end of the roster. As a veteran, right, what's your mindset like? Like, I know you probably are like, I had a good camp, and I think I made the team, but you never really know with Bill Belichick. You never really know with the NFL. What's that environment like for a veteran like yourself in his 30s?
Yeah, you kind of get to 30 and it starts to be like a ticking time bomb. They automatically think that you start declining a little bit. And that's just been the way for a long time. And there's always guys coming in trying to take your spot. There's always going to be some people that might be bigger, faster, stronger, and younger. So you can't look at that. You just got to you just got to attack the off season the best way that you can. Critique yourself. Go out there, get yourself faster. You know, speed might decline as your age gets older, but your mind still works the same. So you just have to find better ways to get the job done. Like if you were a bruiser as a linebacker, you know, your first 7-8 years in the league, when you get to 30, you might not be able to do that anymore. You might have to find a new way to dip the blocks or something like that. If you were a rangy safety that could get sideline to sideline from the middle of the field, okay, you might have to look at the film and change up your alignment a little bit so you can still get the job done. So, you know, I think it's all a chess match, just finding out ways to get better with the younger guys coming in. Like, it's a challenge that if you're a real competitor, you love that, because you know those guys are going to come in running 4.3s and 4.4s and stuff like that. Well, how do I still make sure that my play is 4.4?
Yeah, well, it's an evolving safety room right now. You guys are one of the strengths of the team right now. Devin McCourty obviously ascends to NBC Sports, and now you're the unofficial leader of the safety room as well. But I know we gotta let you go. Only got a couple minutes. But I just ask you this on the way out the door. I know at one point you were rated by ESPN as the 14th best athlete in high school sports. And you love to play tight end. You can run as well. With only 2 running backs and 2 tight ends on the roster, has Coach approached you about maybe getting a couple plays in this year?
Nah, he ain't coached me yet, but you know the option is still out there. I walk past him and give him a look every now and then just to see what he's thinking. So if I see an opportunity for me to go out there and play on the offensive side of the ball, I'm gonna take it for sure.
Outstanding, Adrian. Thanks for a couple minutes today. We'll look forward to connecting with you again. And if we don't have a chance to speak to you, have a great season and good luck on September 10th against the Eagles, my man.
Man, thank you.
Thanks very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. That was Adrian Phillips, brought to you by Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh, joining us on the Harbor One Hotline.